Hi guys, just to follow up to that video that I sent you. I've got a range of glazes which I'm really happy for you to use. It's not complete, I don't have every colour, so we might have to think about getting another one or two for the studio, but let's just go with what I have at the moment so I can show you what is here. Okay, so this is a green glaze with a bit of cobalt blue added, which we can do in the studio, just dropped in. Okay, this is the green glaze that I've got also, slightly watered down with white added. You can do that as well. Here is the same glaze with cobalt blue put in the stripes and a little bit on the outside, and I'll explain that when you come. A clear glass glaze on top of the clay with some black pigment scratched in and then wiped back. That's also something we can do. And here, this is a yellow underglaze with a black underglaze on the rim down here as well. So that can be done. This is underglazes, which we explained. So pale blues, various blues, stripes added. So the detail shows, it's not quite as clear as it is on another clay, but it does work. You have to actually put quite a lot of colour on. I just used one layer, so there you'll see one layer makes a watery, like a watercolour effect. But if you do 3 or 4 layers of the same colour, you're going to get a thicker or sort of denser, more opaque colour. Here is a range of underglazes I have. So that pot here that I showed you earlier is using these. Now, if you can see the difference between that colour there and the white at the top. That white is an underglaze. This is the natural clay with a gloss glaze just over the top. So there's quite a difference in the colour. You see how the white comes out. That you will have to put on in an underglaze if you want your clay to be white. When it fires in its normal one, that we've got this, it's a sort of creamy colour, off-white. So I've got most colours, blues, various greens, purple, a bit of a red, pimento, sea green, lilac, cherry red, orange, yellows, some pale reddish brown, medium blues, darker sort of blue. That's what I have, and I can mix most of these here in the studio. So these are underglazes, which you paint on after bisque. Then you put a clear glass glaze over that. Okay, that's what happened here. They were painted on with on the bisque clay. Then the whole pot was dipped in a clear glass glaze. Okay, here are some glazes. I have a marigold yellow, which is you paint on and then you glaze straight away. A firebrick red, a red, and a toasty sage colour. So those are my paint-on glazes. In these buckets are dip glazes. Oh, here we go. So these you dip your object into. And I have a glass white, I have a turquoise, which I'm going to test. I have a greenish colour, which the one I'll show you now, that one there, in the yellow bucket. And I have a frit glaze, which I also want to experiment with. Hopefully before we glaze your object so you can see those effects. Okay, so this is the Rio glaze, which I got in East London, so it's actually one of my most favourite glazes. And that's the one in the yellow bucket that I showed you.